Show feel. Ha ha! Alright, cool. Come on, let's get out of here.
On today's episode, I want to talk about self-value. I want to talk about valuing yourself or knowing your self-worth or how to calculate that, or at least how I would calculate it, or how I do it myself personally. And so I think that it's something that can be used for other people. And the reason why self-valuing is important is, one, self-love is above all the most important kind of love that you can display to anyone, and anyone being yourself. When you're calculating valuing yourself, you have to consider your situation and not just your economic situation. And this can go for anybody, because age is only a number, and a number is a unit of measurement, a measurement of the amount of time that you have existed on this planet. So it's not to be used as a measurement for your social standing or status or economical standing in society. So for example, what I'm basically saying is, don't let it be that, I have to be this or have this much money at this age, or I should be doing this by this time. There's nothing that really works like that in the world, other than probably school, being that school is set up or designed to be a system for graduating at certain ages to allow for people to then follow the pattern that was set up for a successful life. That's a whole nother video, but it's a whole nother thing. How do you calculate your self-value? You would say to yourself, for example, let's say you're not in a relationship. So this is for single people who are mingling and dabbling and the pleasures of other people, but are not committed to those people. How would you calculate your value? So you would say to yourself, what do I hold? What is a possession that I have? What can I say it belongs to me, or that I can say I have control of? So if you have a car, if you have a job, if you have income being any kind of money. If you're making illegal income, then that's considered income. It's a benefit. But at the same time, you should probably work on getting legal income, as the legal way is slow and arduous, but it is ultimately the best way to go. If you have ambition and your ambition is only slowed down by your environment, being that you don't have the means to do the things that you want to do, that you're aspiring to do. If you have these things, then what it is that you now know is that you have things in your possession, qualities, something that you can now bring to the table, so you know your value. With that being said, you can never forget your value, because you have to protect your energy. Now with your value, everything is valuable. There's nothing that's not valuable. Don't get it twisted. Everything is valuable. How do we know this to be true? Even fecal matter, crap. Even crap is valuable. It's used as fertilizer for the dirt, for the earth, to grow our food that we then eat. So everything has value. Everything can be reused or used or put to use. Everything is energy. And energy doesn't die. Energy just transfers. So with your value, that is your energy. And that's why you have to protect it. You have to protect your value and your energy. The most important thing that you have to remember in life is that this is not forever. This is for now. This is for now, as long as you are alive. But the moment that you are dead, this is no more. And for sure you will die, as we all will die. This is just a natural part of life. Many people feel uncomfortable with it. Many people don't want to think about it. But if you keep it in mind, it will make you, one, enjoy your days more, because you will remember that this life is not forever and every day is not promised to you. Two, it will make you brave, because you will do more things, because you will say to yourself, yo, I really could die tomorrow. So you know what? I'm going to go and talk to that person. I'm going to go and look for that job. I'm going to ask for that promotion. I'm gonna do that thing that I've always wanted to do. You would do it because you know that your days are numbered. Your days are not forever. Keeping this in mind could push you to the next level of your life, the next phase for what's to come for you. So it's important that you remember your value. You protect your energy. That is the most important thing that you can do, because in life, you might be in a good mood and you go somewhere and someone's in a bad mood and their bad mood rubs off on you. Now you're in a bad mood. Or someone argues with you and they put you down and now your day is just ruined. And these things happen. So you can avoid these things by protecting your energy. You can protect your energy by decreasing the amount of communication or interactions that you have with other people as other people bring their energy to you. You can be wary of your interactions with other people, so be more mindful as to who you're talking to and what you're talking to them about, so that way you can protect your energy that way. There are a lot of other ways that you can do these things, but it's important that you do that. And knowing your value will allow you to process and understand another person's value. So if you think about people like a job, you'll say to yourself, well, do I want to invest in this job? Do I want to go there and work this job with this person? If it's a friendship, you're talking about calling, hanging out, spending time, being there emotionally for the other person. This is what friends do, supporting their dreams and hopes. Although you may not be following yours, or maybe you are following yours, in which case you're more likely to support that person following their dreams and hopes. But, interactions with other people is basically a job. It's something that you have to do and pay attention to, as you don't want to get fired, depending on how you feel about the person, So I think that it's important that we all pay attention to our value, especially if you're in a relationship and if you're single. So if you're single, you should pay attention to your value, because you don't want to settle. You don't want to, and yeah, I believe in settling. There are people who don't believe that there's any such thing as settling, but I believe that there is a such thing as settling. You could decide to just be content with your situation, like working at a job that you know will never progress, and this is not where you saw your life being, but you just keep doing it because you're comfortable. That to me is settling. And you could do the same thing in a relationship. So when you're single, you have to be mindful that you're not feeling lonely and just latching on to anyone who will pay you attention. That's very harmful. It's very dangerous for your energy and for your self-esteem, for your value. So be mindful of that, as well as if you're in a relationship and you're not progressing and you are not advancing your life. The point of being together with another person is to grow, is to advance. Teaming together is important, but it only makes sense if it's for the progression of both parties of the life. Self-improvement is above all the most important thing that you can do in your life. Always improving yourself in your situation, increasing your value, because if you're worth more, you can get more. Your value doesn't decrease by someone else. A dollar bill is a dollar bill no matter what. Even if you find that dollar bill in a big pile of heaping dog crap, it don't make a difference. It's still a dollar. It's up to you. Do you want to take it out of that crap, wash it off, and use it? Or are you going to say, oh, well, that's a dollar in a pile of crap. I'm not touching that. It doesn't lose its value because of what you see and how you perceive the situation. It's still worth what it's worth. And that's what you have to remember about yourself. Always know your value. You're still worth what you're worth. But you can only know your value, and you can only decide how other people recognize your value. If they don't see you for what you're worth, then you have to let that person go. So I'll give you another example. If you have a car and you're driving this person to work every day, and this person doesn't recognize your value, and they continue to insult you or degrade you in any form or fashion, it doesn't make a difference whether it's with an action or a word, but they're doing something that's hurtful to you, and you are telling them this and they're not changing their behavior, then you have to consider, what is your value? What is your value to that person? Because how are they perceiving your value? Are they perceiving your value correctly? Or are they saying to themselves, well, hey, it is what it is? Because if that's the case, then now you have to decide, what are you gonna do? So protect your energy. That's very, very important, because you have to feel good. Know your value. That's equally important, because that's how you make other people recognize your value, recognize your qualities, and know other people's values. So when you interact with another person, know their worth and never degrade another person or belittle them. If someone's worth something to you, let them know that. Treat them good. Acknowledge their worth. And it's okay to have first, seconds, third, fourth. That's how life works. There is no such thing as two number ones. It's no such thing.